Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today is the day. I am so excited. Today is the day that I meet Pentatonix. And I'm going to take you all with me. I'm going to vlog as much as I can, take pictures. I'm going to try and record the whole concert. It is going to be amazing. And I got my Daft Punk hat. I am ready to go. So my Daft Punk hat, I got my On My Way Home t-shirt and the new hoodie as well. It has like the circle, the PTX circle design on the back. So I am all ready to go. I got like all my stuff packed. I got my gift for Pentatonix ready. I got like external batteries and everything for my phone so I can be fully charged. And oh my goodness, it is going to be amazing. I'm actually meeting up with a bunch of other Pentaholics that are going to the concert for lunch right near the Patriot Center. So it's at the Patriot Center in Fairfax, Virginia. Today's March 19th, 2015, by the way. And so we're going to go get lunch, and then VIP check-in is at 4, and yeah, I'm going to take you all with me, so let's do this! Alright, so I'm here close to the Patriot Center. We are out for lunch with a bunch of Pentaholics, so I want to introduce them to you all right now.
Hi, I'm Vicky.
Hi, I'm Erica.
Kelsey.
I'm Lindsay.
Sean.
I'm Christine.
So, as you saw, we first decided to meet up for lunch before the concert. I had actually seen Pentatonix at Tyson's Corner on the day they were nominated for a Grammy, and I had met Kelsey there, and Vicky I had met afterwards as well, so she was there too. And so we had kind of been talking on Twitter, and I met Christine on Twitter. Lindsay I talked to on Twitter and in the Pentatonix Facebook group as well, and it was her husband Sean too came along. So we all kind of and Kelsey brought her friend Erica. So we all, decided, hey, we got this little group going together. We'd all been talking about the concert for a while, so let's all meet up early and get lunch. And so we did that at about like 12:30 or so. And we went to, was it Breon's Grill, I think it was? So that was in, so the concert, by the way, was in Fairfax, Virginia. It was at the Patriot Center, which is a part of the George Mason University campus. So pretty much right across the street, like a minute away. Not even a minute, practically. There was this restaurant, I think it was called Breon's Grill. And so that's where we had lunch, and yeah, it was pretty good, and we all kind of talked, and we showed each other. We had all kind of been preparing some gifts for Pentatonix. We showed each other the gifts. I saw the photo book that Kelsey had put together, and the drawings that Lindsay had done, and they were all amazing. So it was really cool to see all that, and we were all just so excited. Like we all couldn't believe that it was finally happening, and it was a lot of fun. So I was glad to finally meet some of the group and to get to see some of the other people that I met before. So it was definitely a lot of fun and really cool to kind of meet up and hang out ahead of time as well. And so then we decided after we ate lunch, we decided to head to the venue. So it was about 2 o'clock or so. Christine went home, but the rest of us all kind of went to the venue, and we just kind of chilled outside, and we recorded some stuff too. So check it out. So we're here at the venue outside. We got about a little over an hour to go until VIP check-in. I'm so ready. Are you guys ready for the concert? All right, this is going to be amazing. We're here at the Patriot Center in Fairfax, Virginia, and we're ready to see Pentatonix. We recorded the outside where it said the sign for the Patriot Center and everything. I know PTX, I think it was PTX Community Day, PTX Meetups on Twitter. They want to do a little project where everybody at each of their venues either takes a picture or makes a little video and submits it, and they're going to put it all together into one big thing and share that. So we decided to kind of film that little piece at the end there in front of the Patriot Center sign, which is pretty cool. But basically, we kind of waited outside for 2 hours before the concert, and we talked about a couple different things. Lindsay was showing me Straight No Chaser and or is it No Straight Chaser? Straight No. Oh my gosh, can't remember the exact name. I know I saw a video of the group, and I'm sure if I Google it, it'll pop up. Yeah, I mean they were really good, and so that was pretty cool. And then I also played. Some of them hadn't heard the Japanese exclusive track on the Japanese version of That's Christmas to Me from Pentatonix. They released a song called Christmas Eve, and so any of the actual like studio versions of the songs are usually taken down from YouTube, so most people hadn't actually heard it. So I played that, and we were all kind of enjoying that too, and just talking, and more people came as well, and we were talking about that, and yeah, I mean, I was super excited at that point. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so close to meeting them. And I kept wondering, I was like, are they going to like recognize me, or like what's going to happen? I was curious, and I was like, what do I say? I was trying to figure all of that out, and it was really interesting. So we were talking about that, and the topic came up about my YouTube channel, and so I told a bunch of people about my YouTube channel. And so if you're watching, hi, yeah, I mean, it was so much fun to just meet more people and talk about Pentatonix and everything else, and someone, I think, had recognized me from my channel too, and then I realized I actually brought a whole bunch of the worldofha.com wristbands that I have, and I had made them for various things, for giveaways, just to hand out to people, to kind of spread the word. If I ever went to certain events, I can kind of pass it out, and I figured this would be a great time because I'm going to be recording all these Pentatonix videos, and I'm sure a lot of people want to see the concert and everything like that, so I was kind of handing it out. I was like, hey, you know, I do some videos on YouTube, and I do a lot about Pentatonix, and I'm going to record the whole concert, so if you want to check it out, here's the website, and you can go, and it'll be up, you know, in a couple days or whatever, and so I gave out a bunch of wristbands, and so that was really cool. I was very happy that I made them, and did that. They're all free. I'm not charging for those wristbands. It's all just free. I want to give it away and just have some fun with it. So that was really cool to do, and yeah, and we were just there. I was charging my phone because I wanted to record as much as I could. So I had an external battery pack charging my phone, which already has a battery pack on it, just to make sure, I make absolute sure that no battery ran out. And I wanted to like get on, every now and then I was getting on Twitter to like tweet. I was like, we're at the venue, or we're inside. Like I was giving updates, and my phone would flip out because everybody was like favoriting it and retweeting and stuff, and so I couldn't keep up with all of it at the time. It was so much, but I wanted to charge my phone and make sure that I had that prepared as well. And then it came close to 4 o'clock. It was like 3:45 or so, I think, and then they decided to start letting us in. And they checked all our bags and stuff, so I kind of had to open it up and show them, you know, whatever I'd brought, and unfortunately, like some of the people there were a little picky. Security, like I know Kelsey had brought like a really nice camera, and it had this big lens and stuff, but they wouldn't let her bring it in, and like the guy was pretty rude about it too. He had this picture of some camera, and he was like trying to compare. He's like, no, it has to be like this, then it can come in, not like your big camera, it's too big. Ultimately, I think like she couldn't bring in the big lens, but she brought in like just the base of the camera or something too. And I saw some of the pictures she took briefly on her camera later on, and they turned out really nicely. So I'm excited to actually see all the pictures. So it sucks that she couldn't bring in the full lens, but you know, at least she got to take pictures and stuff. But yeah, so we went inside the venue, and it was really cool. So as we got in, they handed us our VIP bags, and we kind of got in line and stuff, and you can hear PTX stuff playing in the background. But yeah, anyways, I recorded a little video so you can hear that, and you'll hear a cello in the background. That's Kevin practicing, so we could kind of hear that while we got inside, so check that out. All right, we just got in, VIP check-in, got the VIP badge and my whole little VIP bag and everything. So I'll show you guys everything in the bag a little bit later, but I'm super excited. It is going to be awesome. So yeah, it was really cool, and I was really excited to finally be inside. It felt so real because you could hear them. Like you'd walk in and you'd hear the cello playing, and they gave us the VIP bag and everything. So we got our actual VIP ticket. Like they gave everything. So this was the VIP badge, or the lanyard right here. So it's like all what's the word? Not translucent, something holographic or whatever you want to call it. But you know, like it kind of flips design there. So it's really cool. I love this thing. It's pretty awesome. And I have the red star because we were a private performance member. So some other people, I think level 2 VIP had like a yellow dot, and everybody else didn't. I think they had nothing, but for the level 1 VIP. And then here's that. So yeah, a pretty cool little lanyard. So definitely a nice little collectible to have there. And so the VIP exclusive stuff. This was the bag that they gave to everybody in VIP. So it's like the circle design, which is the back of my little sweatshirt there. You can see. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe. Oh, I knocked over my phone. You can't see that. Ow, hurt my back. I think you can see it. But anyways, so you get the idea. So they kind of have that circle design. It's like a new little design thing that they're doing. So yeah, pretty cool little bag. And inside the bag had some other goodies. including kind of like a commemorative collectible ticket. So this isn't a real ticket, but it said this, and it was also very fancy, so that's pretty cool. It says VIP 2015, and then the back right there as well. So yeah, there's definitely some neat little goodies. And then also, I didn't even open these up. We got sunglasses. So this might come in handy. So here they are right here. Let's peel this off. And they actually say PTX right there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So, just to kind of put this on. There you go. Looks pretty good, pretty good. All right, this is overkill. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of neat to have little PTX sunglasses there. So these are like VIP exclusive merch, basically. Yeah, so then we got inside and we could hear PTX playing. So the music, so I heard Kevin playing the cello. He was playing a little bit of Julio. And then after a little while, they started playing some of 4 or 5 Seconds. And that was really cool. Or not playing, they were like singing it, practicing. And then towards the end, we heard a little bit of Evolution of Music, and we were singing along, and it was so cool to see that. And as later on, when they were actually leading us towards the next place we were going, as we walked by, we could see a brief glimpse of the stage, and we saw them, Pentatonix, on there kind of practicing. So they kind of did like a sound check before the sound check, I guess, to actually really, truly test it. And then the sound check for us would be just like a performance. So it's not really truly a full sound check, but yeah, so it was really cool to kind of hear that as well. So as we gathered there, they had the person in charge of like the VIP, I think Kristen was her name, so she kind of gathered us all together in a little crowd and kind of explained the schedule for the day. And it was kind of hard to hear because PTX is like singing in the background, she's trying to talk over it, and it just was not working. But she told us about how we're going to do the sound check, and there's going to be one song, we'll do a Q&A, so ask whatever questions you have, and then we would go do the photo op, and she said that was going to be quick, in and out. It was like, don't, introduce yourself and ask questions and stuff, just go in, take a picture, and leave, because then we'd get back in line and go for the meet and greet, and that's where we could actually talk to them and get some questions answered or whatever, and that sort of thing. So so that was kind of the schedule. So anyways, basically, Vicky, who was with us, had like a walker and stuff, so we were going to take the elevator. So me and Kelsey and Erica went with Vicky, and so we kind of split off from the rest of the group. And we went down to the elevator, and they, as we were walking by, the PTX was doing Evolution of Music. We were singing along. It was so much fun. But we went to the elevator, and we went down to this one room, and it was actually right next to where they do the VIP photos, the photo op, because they had like the big banner in the background that says Pentatonix. And so that was kind of cool. We're like, oh my gosh, Pentatonix is going to be there soon. And there's a sign and everything. And there was one of the guys there. It was on a laptop. And we recognized him from the PT Experience vlogs that they do. I've seen him in Snapchat videos and various things. So, I knew that he was in charge of, or not, I don't know if in charge of, but at least part of PT Experience. So I yelled, PT Experience is awesome. And he kind of was like, he looked around and like, he looked kind of like taken by surprise. And then he's like, thank you. And I was like, yeah, I gave him a thumbs up and everything. But yeah, want to show my love. And I don't think he expected to be recognized or anything. But hey, us diehard Pentaholics, I mean, that's what we're there for. So we were there waiting and everything, and I filmed a little video while we were waiting.
During the summer,
so we are getting ready for sound check. It is going to be awesome. There's where they're going to do the photos and everything. Are you guys ready? We're so close.
Absolutely.
So close. Where's Vicky? There.
Hi.
So this is going to be awesome. We got sound check, and then I think the photo op, and then the meet and greet with the autographs, and then the private performance at 5:45, and then, oh my goodness, so much stuff coming, and it's going to be awesome. So we waited for a while, and I think we were told that there was a guy that came by, and he was like, are you guys? We were with somebody, security from the from George Mason University for the Patriot Center, but there was somebody else that walked by, and he was like, he was asking us like, are you guys, what are you guys here for? And we were telling him we're waiting for the sound check, and he's like, oh yeah, I just want to make sure you weren't going to miss the sound check. I think everybody else is going to come meet you here. We're all going to go to the sound check together. But we waited a while after that, and I kept wondering, I was like, I really hope we're not missing anything. because I would be pretty annoyed. And but then somebody came and they started to grab us like, all right, let's go for the sound check. And as we were leaving the room, we heard Pentatonix start singing "I Need Your Love," which was the song they do during sound check. And so by the time we walked through the hallways and got to the stage where they were doing it, we missed half the song. So I was pretty annoyed about that because, I mean, you know, that's part of what you pay for with all the VIP stuff and everything. I was like, soundcheck, they only do one song, and I Need Your Love is not something they do in the actual show. They only do that for soundcheck, aside from like the one time Kirsten wasn't feeling well, so they swapped out Rather Be for I Need Your Love. But yeah, so I mean, you know, I wanted to hear that. I have heard it live before, but still, you know. But anyway, so we got to the stage, they're singing I Need Your Love. There was crowd of people kind of in front of the stage, the rest of the VIP, and as they were singing, I was walking up, I was like dancing, I was like, I need your love. I was like so into it and so excited, and we got there, and some people had their phone up, so I was like, wow, so I guess we can actually record, so why not start recording? So I did. So here's a snippet of I Need Your Love.
So now we're an open book if you want to ask any questions.
Any question in the world.
So after I Need Your Love, they were like, so do you guys have any questions? Ask away. And I was like, yes, I have to ask a question. So I had like gift bags and VIP, the bag, everything in one hand, and my phone I was recording the other. So I was like trying to like raise my hand. So I was like, I was going to move my phone to this hand and do it. And as I did it, I pushed one of the buttons on my phone and I stopped recording. And then I asked a question. So I did not record my question. Ah, man, I cannot believe that. But I was the first person that they picked to ask the question of the sound check, and I raised my hand, and Scott's like, you with the hat. I don't think they could, you know, I don't know if they saw me from a distance, they recognized me, whatever, but he's like, you with the hat. And so I asked my question, and I like stumbled because I was like, oh my gosh. Like what? I was like on the spot all of a sudden, and I basically asked them if they ever thought about releasing a studio version of Telephone, because it's like a PTX classic, right? That's the song they auditioned with, and they do it at like all the shows and everything. So I was kind of like, your song Telephone is so good. Would you ever think about doing a studio release version of the song or something like that? Like I like mumbled a whole bunch of words, and somehow it came together and was coherent enough for them to answer. Yeah, so they said basically, they're like, you know, oh, that would be interesting, and they said that, you know, I can't remember part of what they said, but basically it was like, well, right now we're focused on the original album that they're doing, and so that's kind of their focus. They said they have thought about doing a release, like a studio release of like their YouTube covers, but the original album is a big priority, and you know, who knows, you know, what they'll do after that. But that's kind of interesting, the fact that they actually did think about that. So who knows if maybe one day we will get a studio release of Telephone or their other YouTube covers or something. That would be pretty cool. So we'll see. But I really wish I had recorded that. I could share that with you all, but unfortunately I stopped recording because I didn't realize it. I still didn't even realize it. I was asking the question and everything, and I was so excited I was recording it. And then the next person asking the question was Vicky, who was with us. So I was recording part of that question, and then I went to, you know, record her, and I look at my phone and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not recording. And I was so upset. But so Vicky asked them about if the drama they showed on the sing-off was real or if it was staged. Because, you know, sometimes before the songs, they would all, like, make up stuff like, oh, my gosh, we had to come up with something at the last minute, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So So she had kind of asked about that. And I got part of the answer to it, and then I got, I think, 1 or 2 other questions PTX answered as well. So here's a little video of that.
Really feel
We love the girls. We hope they do great. Like, I feel like they try to pit us against. I feel like they try to pit us against Urban Method, but like, I like those guys. And like the bass singer, I think he's a great guy. So I'm like, why are you pitting me against like this great people? I like him. So yeah.
Congratulations on your Grammy.
Thank you. Oh, wow. That was a magical couple days. First we had the pre-Grammy Clive Davis party where we were in that picture with like everyone that's legendary. Just so nervous. And that was such an amazing time. And then the next day, just being there was so incredible. Winning the Grammy, it was such a cool weekend. And then there was 22 ballads sung.
Yeah. But like AC/DC came out and just like destroyed everyone's
ears.
And what was really crazy is like the lead singer was sitting like right in front of me. Like I could have tapped him on the shoulder and been like, hey, good job. But I didn't do that. I just looked at him and I was like, you're cool.
Also, Wiz Khalifa accidentally sat in our seats. Oh my god. But I am not going to tell him to get up. So I was just like lingering. And then our manager Jonathan was like, you're in charge of kicking Wiz Khalifa out of our seats. And he was like, are you kidding me? We did it.
It was Wiz Khalifa and his mother, so it was a little even more touching than just Wiz Khalifa.
And he's an intimidating dude.
Yeah, he has a lot of tattoos.
10 feet tall, has a lot of tattoos, and doesn't smile.
Yeah.
He doesn't smile.
After we actually announced the award for the Bee Gees, like I was going back to my seat, and Wiz Khalifa's right there, and I'm about to sit down. He's like, "Yo, homie, like this he's for my mom, son." And I'm like, "Well, okay." So yeah.
Okay, a couple more. Yeah.
We actually just figured out a really amazing trick, and it's called a steam inhaler. And we've been using it like 3 times a day on show days, and it's helped tremendously. Like, I didn't use it yesterday because I left it on the bus. Oh, I'm talking a lot. And I could like notice the difference. I like was having a lot of trouble singing, so that's been a blessing.
Yeah. Just lots of water, lots of sleep. Like anything that's good for your body, since that's your instrument, is good for you, your voice.
So cake.
Lots of dairy.
Other than winning the Grammy, what has been the ultimate highlight of all of your time being vocalist?
I think the platinum record was pretty awesome.
So
The platinum record.
yeah, that was huge. We were all home with our families too. We found out we went platinum, so this was a really cool moment. I would also say tour. Different moments of different tours have been like that moment for me. Like in Boston recently, it was just like such a fun show, and it was a big arena kind of like this. And I don't know, I was just had like one of those moments where I was like, this is so cool. Cool. All right, we're gonna take a group picture.
So yeah, it was really cool to be there for the Q&A and everything, and I got to ask a question. They only answered like 4 or 5 questions total, really. It was pretty quick. And then they did like a VIP group photo with everybody there. So PTX was on the stage, and then we all kind of were in front, and we took a picture there. So you can check out that picture here, and yeah, it looked pretty cool. Turned out well. And then we went off to the photo op. So I recorded a little video talking about the sound check and getting ready for the photo op as well. So check it out. So we just got done with sound check. We got there and they were singing "I Need Your Love," and they did a quick little Q&A, and it sounded amazing. It was pretty awesome. And I even asked them a question. It was all jumbled. I blurted out some words, but I asked them about Telephone if it would record a studio release of it, and they said that maybe, but they're focused on the original album and everything. And then maybe they'll do a release of all their YouTube covers as a studio thing. That was something they're thinking about, which was pretty cool. But anyway, so now that is over. So we are getting ready for the photo op, and then we are. Hey! And then I'm with all the Pentatonix right here. So we're all getting ready for the photo op, and then we have a meet and greet, and yeah, let's do that. So we were there in line for the photo op, and we're getting ready, and as we got closer and closer, we ended up back in that room that we were in before the sound check, and with like next to where the PTX sign was, because that's where the photo op was. So we were back in that room for a second time, basically. Right next to the photo op room, we actually saw in the photo op area on the other side of the room. So PTX was on one side, on the other side of the room, was Jake, who's their like social media person on tour now and everything, at On Air Jake on Twitter, I think. And we were like, Jake, hi Jake, and he kind of like looked up and was like, and that was it. So he seemed like kind of out of it or something. So I don't know if something was up. He didn't really snap much. Usually, you know, during the concert, he'd kind of snap some of the stuff for Snapchat, like people giving gifts or the photo ops or some of the concert. And there was like a teeny bit of the concert, I think, but that's about it. So I don't know if there's just other stuff going on or what, but you know, we said hi. So we're like, hi Jake, and we're trying to, you know, hopefully make him happy, I guess. But anyway, so we were there, and we were getting ready for the photo op, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the first time I'm actually going to meet them. And I knew it wasn't really going to say much, but I was wondering like what they were going to say. It's like, well, you know, are they going to say anything, or am I going to say? I don't know how it was going to go. And I know obviously you can't record it, so I said, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I took my phone and I went to the voice memos app on the phone, and I hit record, and I put it in my pocket. So the sound. So I recorded it basically while I was in the photo op. I had my phone recording the audio of everything. So the sound came out really muffled, and every time I walk, you can hear like a step, kind of. So it's pretty terrible quality, but you can kind of make out a little bit of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I went over there and gosh, I can't even, I was like so like in the zone. I don't know what everybody said, but Scott was right in the middle, so I kind of just focused on what he was saying, and as I walked up, I think he was like, oh, I know you, which I was like, oh my gosh, I was freaking out on the inside. And then I went up there, and he's like, love the hat. Everybody's staring at the hat. These hats are amazing. If you haven't seen it already, I've done a video, like an unboxing video of this, and I talk all about these hats. But these were made by @DippyTheSquid and Jackie the Writer on Twitter, and it was made for a scholarship, the Daisy Claire scholarship for Acapella Academy. This was an auction on eBay, and I won this one. There were 3 hats that were done as part of the scholarship. Kelsey got the other 2, and I got this one, which is how we initially connected on Twitter, which was pretty cool. The fact that we both had private performance VIP at this concert too, which was really neat. But yeah, it's an amazing hat. It is fantastic, and so many people were commenting on the hats throughout the concert, throughout the whole experience. And PTX themselves, like literally, was fixated on the hat. Even later on in the meet and greet, they were just loving the hat. So props to you guys, Dippy the Squid, Jackie the Writer. This was amazing. Yeah, so Scott's like, you know, love the hat, like, you know, I got my arm around Scott to take a picture, and I tried to get around Mitch, but I don't know, I was like trying to bend around, and like I had to go like this, and like it like was hurting my shoulder, and I was like, smile, take a picture, and I was in pain, and my shoulder was in pain, and afterwards I was like, oh, thank you, and then I walked away, and I was like, my shoulder, but it was totally worth it, and it was really cool. So yeah, Scott recognized me, and maybe the others did too. I don't know, but I was super excited about it, and got a little photo, and yeah, here's the VIP photo. It turned out really well, I thought. I'm very happy with it. So yeah, definitely a really cool picture to finally have. You know, if I ever get the opportunity to do photo op again, maybe I'll do a fun picture later. But the first time around, I wanted to just get like a nice picture with the whole group, definitely. So I was pretty happy about that. And then we went back in line for the meet and greet, and I did a little video, so check it out. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I'm going to do it.
Just went in for the photo op, just met them, and, well, briefly, but I went in, and Scott's like, I know you, and then like Avi and Kevin, everybody's like, oh, nice to see you again, and everything, but it was super quick, and we're about to do the meet and greet and everything, but it was awesome. My shoulder actually kind of hurts because I had to like dig my arm around them a little bit and do that. But regardless, it was a lot of fun. And yes, meet and greet time. And then we had the meet and greet, and it was awesome. So I actually did a little recap video, so I'll show that, and then I'll talk a bit more about it. So we just got done with the meet and greet, and it was pretty awesome. Kevin was like, nice to see you again, man. So I don't know if he thinks that if he fully recognizes me, or if he just thought that I had seen him before or something, because I post so many videos and everything, but that was really cool. And Avi was asking about the hat. Everybody was digging the hat. Everybody was saying good stuff about that, and it was really cool. So yeah, now we're heading, I think, to the merch booth for a bit, and then we have our private performance, and yes, it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, as you saw, we did the meet and greet, and then we went to the merch booth, yeah, so meet and greet. So we got there, and I actually saw somebody. So as we were getting closer and closer, we could see people had given them a couple gifts and stuff. They were kind of putting the gifts off to the side, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hold off and give them the gift until the private performance part, so they can actually open it and everything. One of the people there we saw snuck a picture. You weren't really supposed to take pictures with them there, but one of them snuck a selfie with Avi, and they did the super frown, which is pretty cool. I later actually met her. We were right next to each other for the concert. Jessica, I think, was her name. Yeah, anyways, it was really cool, and so I got there, and so I get up to Kevin, and he's like, "Hey man, like, nice to see you again." And part of me was like, "Wait, what do you mean again? This is the first time I'm seeing you. Do you really recognize me or what?" As time went on, I think he did, but I think he got the impression because I've been on a Spreecast before, and I've tweeted him before and stuff, and he said he watches my videos. I think he has the impression that he's met me before or something, but he hasn't. Or regardless, I think he recognized me, but like when he meant again, like, nice to see you again, it was like he knew that I've always been a fan or something. I think he knew who I was, but at first it took me by surprise a little bit at first, because I was like, wait a second, are you talking about the right person? But I mean, it was really cool. I was talking to him, and I think he said something like, you know, did you come straight from work or something, or school? And I was like, no, I took off today. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I went there, and then I didn't say too much. Like, I had like so many thoughts in my head of what I was gonna say, but when I was there, I couldn't get those words out or something. And so I was there, and Mitch and then Scott and Kirsten were there, and for all of them, I was pretty much like, hi, how are you? I'm good, thanks, and everything. And that's pretty much it. Like, I really didn't say too much. They kind of signed it, and in retrospect, I probably could have stopped, and people were asking them, or like actually talking to them, having some conversations, but I don't know, I like panicked or something, and I was like, what do I say? And I blanked, and I was like, well, I'll see them in private performance, and I was so just fixated on that, I guess. So I didn't really say much to them, but they all kept saying, I love the hat, I love the hat. They all love the hat and everything. And then Avi was at the end, so they all signed the poster as well. Oh, I forgot to tell you, part of the VIP thing, one of the other VIP exclusive parts was the poster, and this is what I got signed at the meet and greet. So this is the VIP exclusive poster, and they signed it all right there. So that's pretty cool. So I will definitely try and frame this and put this up in my room, instead of the old PTX photo that I have of them from like their first tour. Now I actually have this, and it's signed, so that's actually pretty cool. So I'm definitely excited about that. But Avi was at the end, and yeah, he was like, you know, hi, you know, nice to see you and everything, and he's like, you know, who made the hats again? And I told him it was at DB the Squid, at Jackie the Writer on Twitter, and it was part of the scholarship for Acapella Academy. He's like, oh yeah, that's what I thought, and everything. He's like, pretty cool. And yeah, that's about it. I really wish I had like said more to them, but I was just so in the zone, I guess, and just yeah, I finally met them, so I just kind of, I don't know, I just freaked out and panicked and rushed through it, I guess. But you know, it's all good. And I did actually, just like with the photo op, I recorded the audio while I was there. Again, it's not good quality, but I will share what I have, and hopefully you can kind of make out some of what they said. So here's that audio from the meet and greet.
How are you doing?
Hey, Kevin. I'm good. How are you?
How's everything?
Good.
Nice trying to.
I'll try not to. It's hard sometimes. I did that in Las Vegas too.
You just get to school?
No, I took off today.
Oh, nice.
Just coming here to have fun. Yeah.
Oh, dude, cool.
Hey,
Happy to hear it.
Hey, how are you?
Thanks.
Real. You're real people. You're not on the street.
Hey, how are you? Good. This is awesome. Hey, Avi, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Who makes those hats again?
Dippy the Squid and Jackie the Writer. It was a scholarship for Daisy for the Acapella Academy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And another funny story actually about these hats. So like I said, there were 3 different hats. So I have mine, and then Kelsey has 2. And so mine is based off of Daft Punk. So you have like a Daft Punk kind of thing. She has one that's like a meat and potatoes one, and then one that's on Love Again. And so a while ago, she tweeted pictures of the hats to Kevin and said, would you ever wear one of these to the concert? And Kevin responded back saying yes. So Kelsey, during the meet and greet, mentioned that to Kevin and was like, you said that you would wear one of these at the concert, and she was showing him the hat. So I think Kevin, I didn't see this happen, but she told me about it later. So Kevin, I guess, looked at the hat and he's like, oh yeah, pretty cool. And then he went and put it back along with all the gifts. And afterwards, Kelsey's like, I didn't mean to give it to him as a gift, because it was supposed to be like something that he'll maybe wear at the concert, we can take pictures with and stuff, but it wasn't like a gift for him or anything. So she was like, that was really awkward, like what do I do? And she's like, I can't ask for it back, can I? Like, what should I do? So we're all wondering, like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? And we kept thinking about all that, and so we went to the merch booth and everything. And at the merch booth, by the way, so we were like the only ones there, the private performance folk. Or actually, not just private performance, I guess it was just whoever VIP. We just kind of one by one went over there. And they had a whole bunch of merchandise. Some of it was like the On My Way Home tour shirt that I have here, the hoodie and stuff. So some of it they have on the store. But there was a couple of other tour exclusive items. Like there was some other shirt that had like a circular logo, not this circular logo, but it was like almost like a globe kind of. It looked okay to me, but I did get the tour exclusive cap right here. I don't think this was sold on their store, and I thought it was pretty cool. So it kind of has a neat little PTX circle design and stuff, and it fits with the hoodie and the poster and all that. So I was like, you know what, I got to get something. So I got the cap. This was, I think, $30 or something, so it was kind of pricey, but it's tour exclusive, so had to get something. So then we're at the merch booth, and we're still trying to figure out what to do about the whole hat thing, and we still couldn't figure it out. But we went over to kind of where we first originally checked in, because we were going to meet up with all the private performance folk and go to that area. So there are 8 people total that got the VIP private performance level. There's 3 levels. There's the one level I think has the meet and greets, and then the other level is like photo op and also sound check, I think, and then the top level is all of that plus the private performance, something like that. But we have the top level, the private performance, and so we had 8 people there, and so we kind of saw the other 4 people, because it was me, Kelsey, Vicky, and Erica, and then the other 4. And one of them there, I think her name is Mia. I've seen her on Twitter, so I totally recognize her. And a while ago when I did a video called The Daisy Project, I asked people to submit videos, and she did that too. So she was there, and she either her or mom, she was with her mom. So one of them was like, oh yeah, I've seen your videos or something. And I was like, oh, wait a second, I know you. Like, I totally recognized her and everything. So I didn't know that she was going to be there, but it was really cool, like, recognizing people that you'd kind of seen online and everything. So that was pretty neat that she was there too. They came from North Carolina, I think, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, so we were all there, and then they brought us down for the private performance. They kind of split up because, again, we had to go down the elevator. So 4 of them went down the stairs, and then us 4 went down the elevator. But we all kind of met up eventually. But the 4 of us that went down the other way, when we got through the hallways and we're going there, Esther Kaplan walked by, who's their manager, Avi's sister, of course. And so she walked by like, hi, Esther. And she's like, hi. And, she walked by. She was busy with stuff, but it was pretty cool. So we got to see Esther. And then we made our way to the hallway. We all kind of met up. And then yes, yeah, that's right. We all met up back in the room by where we took the photo ops again. So we were literally like, we went from upstairs down to the photo op area to go to sound check, and then we went back out to where sound check was. We went back into the photo op room for the actual photo op meet and greet, and then we went back up to merch, and then we went back down again to that room to get ready to go to private performance. So we were there like 3 times. We're like, oh my gosh, this is so unorganized. Like the people from Patriot Center, they were constantly like, confused. Like when they had to escort us down the elevator, they're like, oh, I thought somebody was going to bring you down to the elevator. Oh, let me find out what's going on. Like they were all like so out of it, and it was so unorganized. It's not like PTX's fault or anything. It was definitely like people from the venue that were kind of unorganized there, but which is why we also missed part of the sound check, earlier. But we basically, so we're in that room next to the photo op area again. They're actually still finishing up the photo ops in the other room. PTX was still in the other room. Mario Dominic actually came in, and we're like, oh, Mario, and he's like, hey everyone, and he was so nice, and he came in and he was starting to introduce himself. He's like, hi, I'm Mario, what's your name? And yeah, he was super nice. And then we got the idea. Kelsey told him the story about what happened with the hats, and how Kevin took the hat on accident, but it wasn't really like a gift. And so she asked Mario if he could get the hat. And so we see in the room, Kevin put like all his gifts and stuff on this table that we could see. So we could see the table in plain sight. And the hat was sitting right there. And so Mario's like, oh, yeah. And so Mario walks into the room, and he goes over there and he stands next to Jake for a bit, because Jake's there too. He talks to Jake. I think he's telling Jake what's going on. And then he all of a sudden he just grabs the hat and just walks and just quickly walks with the hat and brings it back to us. So that was really cool of him to do that, and I thought it was so funny. I actually recorded him doing that, so you can see him going up to Jake and talking to him for a bit. You see him grab the hat and bring it with him and everything. So that was pretty funny. So check out the video.
That's awesome. Yeah. Can I don't want it back right now, Mario. He's totally gonna take it. Oh my god. He's just gonna go get it, yeah. Oh my god. I can't believe it.
She's having a rough time with that lens cap. Or is it a lens?
Okay, she's telling Jake. He's telling Jake. Jake's gonna look, Jake's laughing. Mario is so cute. Yeah. If he oh my god.
He's just gonna get it. Walking out with it.
Okay. He totally just walked away with it.
So, you guys,
okay.
Mario, you are the best.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a fun little story there. Yeah, pretty funny. I know later on when actually there's a private performance, like Kelsey explained to Kevin what happened and everything, and he's like, oh yeah, no worries. Like he was really cool with it. He actually didn't wear the hat because he said like wardrobe kind of decides all that stuff now. But he said he did remember the tweet and everything, and so he was totally cool with it. But it just would have been awkward, I guess, to probably ask for it back, I think, initially. But Kelsey got Mario to bring it back, and it was pretty cool, so it worked out. But anyway, so they took us over to the dressing room, the 8 of us, and they let us in, and PTX was all there, just kind of walking around, and they're like, hi, and we all sat down on the little sofa they had there, and so, the group kind of stood right there, and Scott's like, all right, well, we want to sing you guys a song, and we're going to sing you Valentine. And so they sang Valentine, the cover of Valentine from PTX Volume 2, I believe. And it was amazing. It sounded so good. And it's one of those things, the private performance, it's so, personal, it's kind of, intimate in a way. It's very, very, you're so close to everybody. So just to get out the camera and record it, it would have been so tacky and kind of weird and taking you out of the moment, I think. So I didn't record that or anything. I did have the audio going, and I had it in my pocket, but it sounded really muffled and stuff. So I'm not going to post it. I'm not going to share that because, for one, it's muffled quality. It's not the best. And two, it's kind of like the private performance thing is one thing that makes it extra special, the VIP stuff, and so I don't want to take that away from people that spend the money and want to keep that special moment, so that's the only thing there. But it sounded amazing. It was so good, and it's just the 5 of them right there just singing their voices. It was incredible. So yeah, that was definitely really cool. And then afterwards, Scott's like, so yeah, now's your chance if you guys, have any other questions you didn't get asked at the Q&A, or, if you want to start taking selfies, because part of it is, we could take selfies with everybody, part of the private performance perk. And I was kind of like, well, I think we all have, or at least a bunch of us have some gifts, and they're like, oh, cool, we love gifts. So it was at that time that we got up and gave them our gifts. So the 5 of them all kind of split up and talked to different, because there were 8 of us there, so all kind of talked to different people, and so there's various things going on at the same time. So my gift, I wanted to, because this is the first time I'm meeting them, I wanted to do something truly special and unique, and something that they would remember just as much as like I remember the memories that they've given me, my experiences with them. You know, I wanted them to kind of remember something too, and just have something really unique and cool, you know? So I got them. I figured I'd combine my two loves. So obviously I love Pentatonix and I love Power Rangers, show that I grew up with. And so I bought Power Rangers action figures, and I broke off the heads. I literally broke them off. And I got these custom heads designed. There's a website that does them. That'smyface.com, I think it is. Excuse me. I got these custom heads made, and they look like PTX members. I submitted photos, and they modeled it after the members of PTX. And they were very particular about the photos, so that like it came out really nice quality. And then I went and I attached the heads with like a little tack thing, like a rubbery kind of a material, sort of. So it went inside the helmet. You stick it in, so you're still able to kind of turn the helmet while it's on the body, but it is, you know, attached to. And so it was basically, Pentatonix basically got their own Power Ranger action figures, but with them on the Power Rangers. So it's like their own action figures. And then I went and put it back in the packaging as well. I don't have the packaging thing there. But yeah, here's a picture of what it looked like. And I was so happy with the way it turned out, because I'd never really done a custom thing like that before, and I was kind of nervous about it. But luckily it turned out really well, and I was very happy with it. I was so excited. And I was really curious to see what the reaction would be, and I want to kind of talk to the group too. So I did. I went to them, and I wanted to record, and so I did. I mean, part of it, I didn't have the phone up like this in my face. It was kind of down, so part of it, like, you're seeing just like them like waist down or the floor or something like that. But at least you can hear things, and sometimes you can see their face too. Because the one time I like tried to really show their face, like Kirsten just kind of like looked at the camera for a second. It was probably a little awkward because I'm like trying to show the camera there. So most of the time I just kind of held it down here. I didn't want to get in their face or anything like that. But I wanted to share it with you all too, because I know I brought you all on this journey with me, and I wanted to share it too. So without further ado, here is me giving my gifts to Pentatonix and talking to them. So here it is.
Oh, whatever.
Oh my god, wow, that's really cool.
All right, let me see.
What are these?
And is that paper? You got something? Yes.
That's amazing.
This had to have taken forever.
The rolled paper.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sad. Oh no.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
No, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's so cool.
Can I just?
Yeah, you can.
Hey Mitch, I have something here. I have some stuff to kind of explain the gift a little bit too in here. Let's see. Alright, so there's that, and then you find the right one. Got you a Power Ranger. It's a very special Power Ranger.
What? That's crazy.
Isn't that cool?
Oh my god, I love that. That is so cool.
Oh my.
Here, Scott. It explains the thing right there, and then
Yeah.
Wow.
Yours really looks
Whoa, it does.
Kevin.
Did you do that?
I got it from like a website. They like designed the
Oh
actual.
my god.
Oh my
basically.
gosh.
So cool.
Whoa.
You're a Power Ranger now.
Oh my god, my friend from college is the new purple Power Ranger.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. Nice.
Whoa, that looks like me legit.
It does.
That's awesome.
Weird.
Took a while to get like the pictures just right and everything for them to model it, and
Oh, so
I have stuff for you all too.
So I was working on
That's awesome.
Kirsten, this kind of explains the thing, and then
Oh my gosh!
like your own little Power Ranger.
That's so cool.
It's like a full action. Like you can take it out, and it's got the you can pose it and everything. It's
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
Great.
Y'all are seriously
Boner?
amazing.
Great.
I do all these reaction videos on YouTube and everything, and I love just listening to your music. You guys are awesome.
No, you're so great. Thank you for being so active and supportive and awesome.
Absolutely.
This is so cool. Thank you. Wow,
problem.
that's really, really cool.
No problem.
How did you do that?
I bought the Power Rangers and I broke off like the heads, and then I got like the custom ones made, and it's kind of like attached.
Cool. It's very cool. Thank you.
No problem.
I love it. I'm so
It goes with your red coloring on it.
Yes.
That because you actually have to wash it on the end. I'm sorry. I forgot to put that on there. Maybe I'll back that. Isn't that right? Yeah, I did. Where do you get the material? At a yard store. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
So I have I knew that.
We're converting you.
She's been awesome about sometimes the day she got her nails done for money. She's like, Pentatonix just came on and nails.
Everybody said that.
Thank you. Scott. All of you.
This is for you. Now, there's a story behind this, because yours is kind of unusual.
Have you mastered the selfie art?
No.
Okay.
Selfie art. I love it.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good.
Yeah, this kind of explains the gift, but
Get out of
it's
town.
your own little Power Ranger. And I know green's your favorite color. Green Ranger, the Dragon Zord, so you're like dragon.
Dude, Green Ranger is always my favorite since the beginning of time. This is really,
It's like an actual action figure. I broke off the head, got a custom one made, and I put it on there and everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
That's awesome.
You guys are seriously an inspiration, and I make all the reaction videos and everything.
No,
and
I
love
know.
that.
I appreciate all your
and,
support.
yeah.
You're always like right up there.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
we always really appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Oh man, that was amazing. That was so good. So as you saw, so I went up. So Mitch was there first, and I had like the bag in my hand. And what I actually did, because I didn't know how much time I would have at the private performance, and I kind of like specifically chose certain Power Ranger colors for each one for specific reasons. Like Kevin was the Blue Ranger because the Blue Ranger was always like super smart and intelligent, and Kevin is exactly that. So I typed up some brief little letters and just printed those out like right before I left for the concert that day, to hand to them as well, so they could kind of see that. And it also had like my Twitter name and everything on there too, so they would see that. Yeah, so I was there and I kind of put the bag down. I was trying to like grab everything. So I gave Mitch the letter and I gave him the gift. And I was like, I got you a Power Ranger. And he's like, oh, cool. And then he realized what it actually was. I didn't tell him at first that it was a custom thing. I was like, I got you a Power Ranger. He's like, oh, cool. And then he sees it and he's like, oh my gosh. And he was so excited about it. And that made me so happy to see that he really liked it. And he was like, thank you. He kept saying thank you. And then like Kevin and Scott come over and they're like, whoa. And so I give the thing to Scott and to Kevin, and they were so excited about it too. And Scott's like, that legit looks like me and everything. And yeah, that was really cool. And then I know later on, I actually tweeted them later and I said, I hope you like the gift. Kirsten favorited my tweet and Kevin responded back saying thank you and it's really cool and stuff. So it seems like, they really did like it, which is awesome. And then first, so Scott told me after he was looking at the gift for a bit, he's like, my friend from college is actually the Purple Ranger on Power Rangers now. And any Power Rangers fans that are watching this, Power Rangers Dino Charge is the season that they're currently filming it, and it's airing right now. They've only aired a few episodes. There's an actress, Claire Blackwelder. It was actually Ben Bram, for the arranger who works with PTX often. He actually tweeted congrats to Claire on being cast in Dino Charge, and so that's how I found out that she was even cast on the show. And then when that happened, we all kind of predicted that she would be the Purple Ranger. It was widely speculated. Everybody pretty much guessed it, but we didn't really know for sure. But Scott outright said, my friend from college was a Purple Ranger. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was going to like say her name. And he's like, yeah, Claire Blackwelder. And he said it. And so immediately I was like, oh yeah. I know who that is. Nice. So yeah, there's your confirmation, Power Rangers fans. Claire Blackwelder, who plays Kendall Morgan on the show, is the Purple Ranger. So if you had any doubt at all, which I don't know why, it's pretty obvious, I think, but confirmed now pretty much. So it's so crazy how Pentatonix and Power Rangers, like the two fandoms kind of collided in a way. Like I found Power Rangers news through Pentatonix, and I never in a million years would have ever thought that would happen. So it's really crazy how that kind of stuff happens, but it was awesome. So that was really cool, and but they all loved it. And then Kirsten came, and I gave her hers, and she was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like she was she was super excited about it, and I told them that I got it through a website and stuff, and then she was like, how did you make it? And I was telling her like I broke off the head and did all this, and she's like, that's really cool. And she saw the bow and arrow for the Pink Ranger, and she's like, oh, there's a bow and arrow and everything, and she's like, I'm obsessed with this, and so I was so happy that they loved it. And I wanted to also, I knew that Avi and Kevin like recognized me from videos and Spreecast and other stuff like that. And Scott, I thought might recognize me, and then obviously the photo op, he's like, I know you, so he recognized me. But I've always wondered about Kirsten and Mitch. Kirsten, every now and then has favorited some stuff about tweets of mine, but like I never really talked to her or like tweeted her much or anything. Mitch, I've rarely had, I don't think I've had any interactions with him aside from like one favorite, or like he tweeted me like a long time ago. So I didn't really know if they knew me or anything, or if they recognized me from a Spreecast, anything. I was very curious. So I was like, I wanted to thank them for everything I did. So I told them, I was like, I do these reaction videos on YouTube, and I love what you guys do. And as soon as I said that, I do these reaction videos on YouTube, they were both like, oh yeah. Like they totally knew that I did that. So I was like, oh my gosh, like they know who I am. And it was so crazy. And I was like, you guys are amazing. Thank you, for just being an inspiration and everything. And then, they're all like, thank you so much for everything. And Kirsten was like, thank you for just always being supportive of everything we do, and we really appreciate it. And I was so happy. I was like, absolutely. You guys, I will definitely support you. And that was really cool. Yeah, that was awesome. So, so after all of that, oh my goodness, so much happened. I'm talking so much. I'm like losing my voice now. I want to give you guys all the details though, because I know I brought you all on this journey with me. I want to tell you everything that happened. And so everybody's given all their gifts. Kelsey was giving her like photo frames, and they loved that. I got some of that in the video, as you saw as well. And then I took some selfies with them, and they came out great. So I'll show you the selfies in just a second. Actually, you know what? Let's show you. Here's all 5 of the selfies that I took with them. So check it out. And so Avi was, getting some of the gifts from Kelsey and everything, and some other people, and so then afterwards he came to me and he's like, how's it going? And so I gave him his gift, and he had the Green Ranger, which I picked. I told him, I was like, I know green is your favorite color, and the Green Ranger had the Dragon Zord, so it was only fitting because he loves dragons. And he was like, dude, the Green Ranger has always been my favorite. I don't know if he was just saying that, but I mean, hey, why not? Green Ranger's pretty awesome. So he really liked that too, and I was like, I do these reaction videos, and I love you guys. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, no, I know, thank you for all the support and everything. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So really cool. I kind of wish that I had like gotten hugs from them too after I got selfies and stuff. I took pictures, and that was about it. But I don't know. I was so in the moment. I wanted to give them the gifts. I wanted to make it something special and record it all. So and after I gave all the gifts, I actually stopped recording because I took the rest of the selfies with them and talked to them a little bit, but then I went with Kevin and Kelsey and we had the hats, and we had 3 hats. So we had Kevin wear one of the hats, and we got a picture of all 3 of us, each wearing one of the hats. So check that out right here. And so that came out really nicely as well. So we were all there, and it was just really cool. We thanked them again for everything, and they all kind of left. And they're so nice, though. I mean, these guys, seriously, they're so sweet. And the thing about it, like, I felt like I would freak out so much more than I actually did. I really didn't, like, freak out too much. I mean, I kind of, like, rushed certain things and fumbled a little bit in what I was saying because I was so excited. But I didn't, like, freak out, really. And I think the reason is, I mean, I was so excited, don't get me wrong, and I was freaking out on the inside, but PTX, I mean, they're just normal people, honestly. And they really, that's the vibe that they give. Like, they're so sweet and just down to earth. Like, they talk to you like you've known them for so long. And so that's why I felt so comfortable just talking to them, and yeah, it was really cool to see. So I mean, seriously, they are super nice, absolutely. And I know like Vicky didn't get a chance to get a picture with Mitch. They all like one by one left. They were gonna go get food and everything. So Vicky didn't get a chance to get a selfie with Mitch, and so the VIP person went to go get Mitch, and Mitch comes back and Mitch was like, sorry about that. I didn't mean to miss you. I was so excited to go eat a taco, but I'm back here and everything. And so he came back and got a picture and everything. So, I mean, like, they're the nicest people ever, you know? It was really cool to see that. And so once we left the dressing room and we were in the hallway for a bit, Mario came back again and, you know, we said hi to him again. And I was like, Mario, can I get a selfie? And he's like, oh, I wasn't prepared for that, but sure, yeah. And so I got a picture with him. So here it is right here. But yeah, I mean, super nice. Absolutely. Everybody was so nice. It was amazing. Absolutely. I will never forget that moment. And it was just so cool. I'm very thankful to have met them, and they were super kind. And yeah, so anyways, after the private performance was done, we had first priority for the seating. It was actually a standing venue for us, so we weren't actually in seats, but we had first priority for where we would be for the stage. So they led us over there and recorded a little video, so check it out. So, private performance just finished. It was amazing. They sang Valentine. And it was incredible. And then afterwards, we gave them all our gifts and everything, and I recorded a bunch of it, and they loved my gift, which I'm so excited about, and a lot of them remembered me too, which was really cool. So we are here now, we're getting ready, we got first dibs right next to the stage, so this is going to be awesome. I am ready. So we got to the stage at 6:25 or so we were right there. I was there like front and center, because that's where I wanted to be. So I had like perfect seats. It was amazing. And the concert started at about like 8:20 or so. The ticket said it would start at 7:30, but I was like, no, it's going to start at 8. The security people like 8:10. I think it actually started like 8:20, 8:25, something like that. But yeah, in that time, I basically like charged up my phone again and everything. I tried to like get on Twitter and update people, but it was barely, like Twitter, nothing was really loading much, so it really sucked. I couldn't really update people at the time. I know like so many people were wondering like, what's going on? Did you meet, or like, no, I tweeted earlier, I said I met Pentatonix, but I didn't get to tweet pictures and tell them about everything, so I was trying to do that, but it wasn't working. But in the meantime, I was just talking with some of the people around me. I met, actually I was taking, some pictures of the people. So I met 2 people there. Jessica and Taylor were their names. I think Jessica was the one earlier I saw getting the super found picture with Avi. So it was right next to them. So we talked a whole bunch about our experiences going to different concerts and stuff, and a bunch of different things about PTX and everything else. And I told them about my YouTube channel and everything, and so if you're watching this, hi. So it was really nice meeting you all, and yeah, so I mean, it was just really cool meeting all the other Pentaholics and everything. And I checked Twitter eventually, and I saw, if you remember a while ago when I was at Tyson's Corner, there was a guy that tweeted a picture of my back, and I turned and said hi, and I tweeted around, and I was looking around, I was like, who did that picture? And this guy like waved and said hi. That guy, I'm pretty sure, was there at the private performance thing too. So that was pretty interesting. And yeah, there was this at Kai Cobra, Kyler on Twitter. He tweeted me saying, I totally almost photobombed the picture you just took. And so I see it, and I'm like, wait a second, that means you're like right here. So I turn around, and he's like literally right behind me. I'm like, Kyler? And he's like, yeah. And so that was pretty cool meeting him as well. I knew he would be there, so that was really cool meeting him too. And yeah, just all the other Pentaholics there. I mean, we were all just getting so excited, and towards the end, we were all just like cheering, yelling. We were getting ready, and it was a lot of fun. And so I took a quick little video right before the concert started, so you can see that here. All right, so we are getting ready. We are minutes away from the concert. We are all super excited. It's gonna be awesome. You guys ready? almost time. It is going to be awesome. So I will record the concert, and yeah, let's do this. So that was Jessica and Taylor there, kind of next to me there. Yeah, I mean, you saw like how many people were there. There was a lot of people, and it was really cool. And then the concert started, and it was amazing. Oh my goodness. I mean, I've seen almost every video of the concert on YouTube. I spoiled everything for myself, and I don't care. But, like, you know, I knew what was going to happen, but even still, it blew me away. It was fantastic because I was front row, right in the center, and I recorded the entire concert, by the way. So I will be uploading that soon. So stay tuned for that. I'll upload the entire concert, and then I'll split it up into each individual song as well. And also, I forgot to mention it earlier, I will upload a video of the gift that I gave Pentatonix. I actually made a little video of me putting together the gift. So I'll make a separate video with that too, and I'll put the gift footage in there too, so it's kind of together. So I will also upload that soon as well, so be on the lookout for that. But anyways, I actually watched back some of the footage, and so I recorded it with my iPhone 6 Plus, so it's in 1080p, so full HD, 60 frames per second video, which is super smooth, so only certain computers and certain web browsers can even handle 60 frames per second video. So if you have 60 frames per second video, it'll be super smooth, just like the Tyson's Corner concert video that I uploaded. And the audio quality, as I was listening, actually turned out really nicely. I'm actually very happy with the audio. Like, you can totally hear Avi and everything. So if you're listening and you say you can't hear them, put on headphones because you can absolutely hear them. It was actually really good quality. And there's some shots of them that, like, when they're sitting on the bleachers together in a group, and I got all 5 of them in frame, everything, it turned out amazing. I am so happy with the way that turned out, and I absolutely love to share that with you all. I'm so excited for you to see it if you want to see the concert, so be on the lookout for that. But here are a couple of quick little clips just to give you a glimpse of what happened.
When the rest of me is down, you reject me, even when you're not. other side. I've been running, and I'm on my way. All my life, I've been running.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Such an amazing night. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
So, yeah, some impressions on the concert. So right from the beginning, the intro, I love the intro part, how they kind of like put little bits and pieces of all the different songs they do. And then the Pentatonix like lights like flash, especially because I was right in the center and frame, so the words are right in center. It looked amazing. It was great. They sounded fantastic. The energy was great. Oh my goodness. So many great songs. Where to even begin? Oh man. Mitch was on point. I mean, he hit all the high notes. Amazing. He was beautiful singing, and all his little like dance moves and stuff were so great. It was really cool. Scott had so much energy. He was so into it, and it was a lot of fun. Kirsten sounded amazing. She looked great. They all looked great. I mean, everybody, it was so perfect. Kevin killed it with the beatboxing. His performance of Julio was so good. Avi, oh man, with the bass, just so good. Standing By was amazing. And the thing about the recording, when I got Standing By, the lights that were shining on us were hit at an angle that there was like a beam of light that was like covering Avi's face. So I was trying to like angle the camera to remove it. So unfortunately that kind of got in the way a little bit, but other than that, I mean, it was amazing. They did 4 or 5 seconds and they walked around the crowd. I was expecting them to go in front of the front row, but they kind of on the side had it blocked off, so they couldn't really do that, unfortunately. So I was hoping for them to come right up close and everything, but that didn't happen. But regardless, it sounded amazing. And 4 or 5 seconds, Avi and Kevin have a little moment together where they sing to each other, kind of, and it was so good. Telephone sounded fantastic. They did a new little breakdown thing that they do for it, and it sounds so good. La La Latch is amazing. I love that cover so much. On My Way Home, just so fantastic. They did audience participation for that, and they got, they divided us up into Team Mitch, Team Scott, Team Kirsten, and it sounded just so good. It was really, really good. And then they, of course, did an encore. They did On My Way Home off mic. It was right up close, and it sounded beautiful, so good. Daft Punk they did afterwards, which is great. Oh my goodness, so many good stuff. I can't even. Wow, it was just so good. So you have to be on the lookout for the full concert video to get the full details of it. But it was absolutely amazing. And then I recorded a brief little thing right after the concert. The lighting was super weird afterwards. It was like all blue kind of. But they were kind of rushing us out, so I couldn't really record too much. But here's that short little video. So we just got done with the concert. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. What is this lighting? This is so weird. But that was awesome, and we gotta head out, so see you later. And so afterwards, as the crowd is kind of leaving, I look to my right, and I see Ben Bram taking pictures with people. And so I ran over there, literally ran to Ben, and after he took a picture of people, I was like, Ben, can I get a selfie? And he's like, yeah. So I took a picture with him. You can check that out here. And I was like, afterwards, I was like, congratulations on the Grammy. That is amazing. And he's like, thank you so much. Because the Grammy was not just Pentatonix. It was with Ben Bram, too, because it was an arrangement of Daft Punk, and he helped arrange it. So, I mean, absolutely. So I met Pentatonix and the Grammy-winning Ben Bram. I mean, he is the Grammy-winning Ben Bram. So that was really cool to see. I actually, when I tweeted the pictures of them later on, Scott's dad, he follows me on Twitter, he favorited some of my pictures, including with Ben and with Mario and stuff. So it was just so many things happened, and I was like, oh my gosh, this really happened. Oh, this happened too, and this happened, and this happened. And it was like overload, and I couldn't process it all at once. It was so cool. But they got us out of the venue. And so Vicky left. With all the chaos, like everybody getting out, I didn't get a chance to say like goodbye to her or anything. But you know, we Kelsey and Erica and I went out, and we went by the tour bus. So we were gonna wait out there and try and meet them. We knew usually it'll take an hour or two for them to come out and meet everybody by the bus. So we were there. And the bus is kind of parked down. There's some steps, and the buses were down there, so we had to kind of wait. Above the steps, there's a sidewalk area, so a whole crowd of people was gathering there, and we were there for 30, 45 minutes or so, I think. I'm not sure exactly. At that time I was tweeting pictures and responding to everybody like I was going crazy, but it was freezing out. So literally by the end of it, I was typing in pain. I was like, my hands are frozen, but I really wanted to like post everything and update you all and do all that. And my sister, Amina, actually goes to school at George Mason University. Both my sisters do, actually. But Amina had a late class, so she decided to stop by. So she walked over, and she was there for a bit. And then she ended up leaving. But there was so much traffic leaving the venue, so that's why she kind of hung around for a bit. But we waited a bit longer, and then all of a sudden security's like, guys, they're not coming out. You gotta leave. And we're like, what do you mean they're not coming out? They always come out. Well, almost always. But I got unlucky the one time last year they didn't. But we're like, yeah, they've got to come out. And security's like, no, they're not going to come. They tried to like scare people away, but most people were like, no, like we're not going to leave because PCX is usually going to come out and say something. The last year when they didn't, their manager came and told us. It wasn't security that said anything. And we knew how unorganized security was at that day, so it just... I didn't believe them. So they kind of said, but then they're like, all right, you can stay, just get off the sidewalk. So we kind of went on the sidewalk, but it was all congested. And so there's some people that were like right on the sidewalk, but close to being off. And they're like, no, you have to be off the sidewalk. And this one lady's like, I'm a police officer. And if you don't get off the sidewalk, we will arrest you for loitering. And I don't think she was a police officer at all. She was just a security guard that was part of, the team there. And that was very extreme to start saying that you're going to arrest us for loitering, for standing on the sidewalk there. That was extremely rude and not okay. And so we were like, we're not leaving because that's not right. And you can't, you shouldn't treat us like that. So we were basically in the parking lot practically. And I was like, okay, so they're basically just pushing us into the parking lot, which is more of a safety hazard. So what a terrible idea. Like, why would you kick us off the sidewalk? I guess technically speaking, some people tweet us later and they're like, they can't kick you out. It's a public area. Technically speaking, I guess it's part of the college campus. So I guess in a way they can, if we're not a campus student or something. I guess I'm not familiar with all the laws on all that, I guess. But so we were in the parking lot for a while. And then after another few minutes, then security came and they're like, you can't be in the parking lot. We're like, but, we got to wait for them. They're like, you can't be in the parking lot. So Kelsey and Erica went in their car for a bit. Like, a bunch of people had their cars there, and some other people drove their cars over. Literally, some people went to get their cars from other parking lots and drove them right to the parking lot there so they could wait. Because they said, okay, you can wait in your car. You just can't be out and do that. And so I was like, all right, you know what? I was like, let me go get my car, and I'm going to drive it right back. I pretty much straight up said that. And so I went to go do that. And I walked by this one van, and somebody yelled out my name, and I was like, huh? Who is it? And I looked, and I was like, I don't know these people at all. And they called me over, and the person's like, my daughter, like, these guys, they watch your videos and everything. They recognized you, and they're like, can we take some pictures with you? And I was like, oh, sure. And I was like, thank you for watching and everything. I was really, like, surprised by that. So that was really cool. And so a bunch of people, they all kind of got out of their van, and I took some pictures with them. And so thank you. I never got the chance to really get your names or anything, but I really do appreciate it if you watch my videos and everything. So to everybody that was there that, said hi and stuff, thank you so much. And that was really cool. And we were taking pictures, and the security guard starts to come, and he's like, you guys got to go, and everything. And I was like, but the guy said we can get in our cars and that's fine. And he's like, no, you got to clear the parking lot or we're going to call the police. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is with these people? And so we were there, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I actually have wristbands for my website. And since these guys have watched my YouTube videos, I was like, hey, I have a whole bunch of wristbands to give away, so let's give them away. And I was like, yeah, they're free and everything. And so I got out all the bags and I was giving away. And as I was giving them away, 2 more security guards came. So there's like 3 security guards there. and they're all like, "What is going on?" Like I heard them talking, and I was like, "I'm just." And they're like, we gotta go, And I was like, can I just give them some stuff? They're like, okay, hurry up, just do that. And then they're all like wondering like what's going on because I'm handing out like wristbands and stuff. But yeah, we did that. And then I wanted to like talk more with everybody and get everybody's names and say hi, talk a bit more. And they're all wondering too. Everybody else is like, are PTX coming out? What's everybody doing? And I was like, I was going to go get my car. But then security was like, no, you got to clear the parking lot. Like, we're going to call the police. You have to leave. And so I literally, like, I was tempted to go get my car and drive it back. But security was, like, literally there. So if I had driven my car back, like, they wouldn't have let me go there. So I literally had nowhere to go. I couldn't just stand around and wait. And I couldn't get in my car and be anywhere. And, like, my car was parked in the other parking lot adjacent to it. So I wasn't by the buses. So I literally was stuck. And even if security was like completely bluffing or whatever, I mean, they're threatening to like arrest me and stuff. Like I'm not going to take that risk and do that. And it really sucks that security had to be jerks about it. Especially because I found out later that PTX after a while did come out. Like if I had stayed there another hour or so, PTX would have come out. There was, I think somebody said there was a small group of people that somehow was still there, and I guess they hid from security or something. I don't know how they were still there, and PTX came out and saw them. I got conflicting messages. Somebody said that security lied to PTX and said that there was nobody out there waiting for him. Somebody said that didn't happen, but PTX didn't think there was somebody out, or something. I don't know. There was security basically like screwed everything up, and it was not PTX's fault at all. I do not blame Pentatonix at all. It was completely out of their control. It was the venue security who was extremely rude. And I mean, look, ultimately I got to meet Pentatonix, and it was amazing. It would have been great to see them again afterwards, absolutely. But not just for me, there's a lot of other people there that didn't get the chance to get VIP, or they just did the photo op or something. They didn't really get to talk to them much. So there's a lot of people there that wanted to meet them after the show and didn't get the chance to. And I know how much I wanted to meet them last year, and I didn't get the chance to when I waited by the bus. But in that case, they were busy. In this case, it was security just being jerks, and it really just annoyed me, the fact that like there's so many people that wanted to meet PTX and didn't get the chance to because of the venue. It wasn't PTX at all. I know PTX would have loved to, and they did come out and meet some people later, but it was out of our control. Venue was just kicking us. Security was just kicking us out, and so, yeah, it was such a shame. I did meet a couple other people at Pentatonix on Twitter, I think. She was there too, and just some other people, and so yeah. Anyways, ultimately, the venue was unorganized and security was really rude, and that was annoying. But Pentatonix themselves and everything they did was great, and it was a fantastic experience. As much as the security thing annoyed me, I'm not going to let that ruin anything about the day, about the experience. It was absolutely amazing. I just feel bad for some of the people that didn't get the chance to meet them, because I know how much I wanted to meet them, and I know other people did too. So I really hope next time PTX comes in the area, they don't go to the Patriot Center and they go somewhere else. I have no problem saying that Patriot Center security sucked. I will call them out on it. I'm sorry. I will do that. But Pentatonix, you all are amazing, and I know how sweet you are because I met you, and you are absolutely amazing. So I just wish that security wasn't rude like that. But that's out of PTX's control, really. So yeah, that was a fantastic experience. It was really cool. It was just an amazing concert all around, and I'm here now recording this the next day. It is now the March 20th, Friday night, and I recorded something the night of, but I was like stumbling. I was like, I was like so tired, and I missed a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to say, so I just re-recorded all this. But it was an amazing experience. The concert sounded fantastic. Pentatonix was super nice. I'm so happy to have finally met them, and I'm going to remember this forever. It was absolutely amazing. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I know this is going to be a super long vlog, but I wanted to give you guys every single detail because I did that My Personal PT Experience video, and I showed you guys that journey, and so many of you liked the video, which I really appreciate, and I wanted to share that too. So that is that. It was an amazing night. So thank you, Pentatonix, for everything. It was really cool. And I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. Stay tuned for the concert videos and everything, and I will see you guys later. I just want to say thank you so much again to everybody that has watched my videos, everybody that supported me over the years and everything. I started making these videos about Pentatonix because I love their music and I wanted to share that with people and meet other people through that. And I've met so many amazing people, so many great Pentaholics, and I finally got to meet Pentatonix. I did that video showing my journey to meet them, and over the years I wanted to meet them so bad. I finally did. And a lot of it is thanks to your support. I mean, it kept me going, and it was truly amazing. And the fact that I finally got to meet Pentatonix, and a lot of people said they were just as excited to meet them, as I was, or not. They was just as excited about me meeting them as I was, and because I guess it followed me along on this journey too, which I really, really do appreciate that. Honestly, I mean, half of the experience, I mean, part of it is seeing PTX and everything, but half of it was meeting the other Pentaholics and spending the day, like, lunch and just being with them and everything. I mean, that was so amazing. So I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much. I love you all so much. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to meet even more of you in the future. And yes, thank you. Stay tuned for concert videos and everything. I want to share my experience with all of you, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. I am like getting emotional now, and I'm gonna stop because I don't want to like tear up and everything. But I really, really do appreciate it. It was a fantastic night, and a lot of it is thanks to you all. So thank you so much. So I will see you guys later. Bye.